Good morning, everybody. I was told that I have to wait a little bit. So this is me waiting so that people can get on. Do you see me now? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the wake up call. It is Friday. On Friday, we celebrate wins. We call it Friyay around here. And it's a lot of fun. And I love celebrating wins. I love looking back on the week, whatever happened, and feeling like we've accomplished something. If you are just tuning in, good morning. Good morning. I've got my coffee this morning. I've got a new cup. See this? Let me overthink about it. It pretty much really represents what we've been going through here at LMD Solutions this week, overthinking a lot of our methodologies, our philosophy, our concepts, our tools. And I am celebrating one thing this week. If you're celebrating a win today, by the way, put it in the comments. But I am celebrating a win today because I created the wake up call with my team. We put this all in place, and I'm doing the damn thing. I'm doing it. So I'm here showing up every morning, and this is kind of the energy that you want to have when you're also doing the thing in governance or in board work or evaluation or in volunteering. You want to do the thing and you want to show up and you want to be doing it. So if you're enjoying what we did this week, and I'm going to go over that, I'm going to recap that, but if you're enjoying it, please share it. Please let people know that this is happening, that I'm here every day talking about governance and stimulating people. You have no idea how many people have commented or have sent me a message or have told me, I don't always understand everything that you're talking about, but it feels like I'm energized and I'm not sure what it is, but it feels like it's really good. So others people have said, I understand a little bit more what you do, or hey, I'm in a board member and I feel a little lost sometimes, and this is giving me a little bit of information. Again, this is day 5. Really, we've had 4 days of the governance talks that we're having. And even day 1 doesn't even count because I introduced myself. So we've had 3 days of content. And today we're just going to go over that. We're going to celebrate wins. We have a lot of wins at LMD Solutions this week. We created a new framework. Um, I've been doing this for again 20 years, and I've always based myself on different frameworks or on different ways of doing things, and I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot of people struggle. I've learned a lot as I was supporting clients in what was missing, the secret sauce, the missing ingredients, the emotions that are surprisingly related to governance. And we don't talk about that enough. Um, and so this week, when we numbers girl, cheers to doing all the things, doing the things. We're doing the things. And yes, we're doing it. This is me showing up, doing it. Um, so this week we talked about the role of governance in an organization. Did you we talked about the fact that did you know that there's a board of directors sitting up there guiding, overseeing, giving direction, uh, establishing the structure of the organization, and then ensuring that everything is happening, results, monitoring, all of that good stuff. And you know what we really focused on this week in our work is what happens when those things are not well done. We're feeling ineffective as board members, we're feeling uncertain, we're feeling static in the way that we're feeling stuck, and we're feeling confusion because we have no idea what's going on, or we know what's going on and we're feeling incapable of doing things about it. And what I want to do through the governance practices is enable people to feel good about how they are showing up, enable people to be knowledgeable, enable them to understand how we set direction, understanding how we implement all of these things that we're doing, and how we get results and how we prove that we're doing a good job. Because if you're not doing that, you're not going to feel satisfied. That's just the end thing. You're not going to feel like you did a good job. You're going to feel inadequate and you're going to leave the board that you're on. If you follow my social media right now on Instagram and Facebook, LMD Solutions, it's very simple. You will see that I posted a post this morning and it talks about retention. It talks about, are you losing board members? And losing board members, and it doesn't even have to be physical. It doesn't even have to be like they're not attending. It doesn't even have to be that they are not coming to meetings. Are they there being present? Are they there with knowledge about what they're supposed to be doing? Are you losing them in the thought? And if they aren't coming to meetings, why aren't they coming? And so we have tackled this situation. It's probably the biggest pain point for organizations. Engagement, retention, recruitment. How do we find these volunteers? And then making sure that they are doing their governance work that they are supposed to be doing. Roles, responsibilities, all of that good stuff that comes with that position. Yesterday, we talked about feeling good in the position that we are in. We talked about giving our time and our energy and our knowledge and our experience to boards or organization that value us being in those positions. And how do we find those? And I offered up a free tool yesterday to help you start to evaluate that. And what am I doing? Am I on the right boards? What are my passions and what are my skills and my expertise that I can be sharing? We've got some comments in the chat. I'm seeing it pop up a little bit. Suzanne, I felt that it was slow moving and kept reminding myself that other people might need more time to take it all in. Oh, you mean this here? Yes, my mantra was use this as a refresher, as a reminder. Of course. Yeah. And it's going to get more and more. What I want to do is make people feel confident about their position and make people who might not be on boards or make people who are on boards think and reflect about why maybe they're feeling certain emotions, but also if they're identifying this within their board, yeah, I can identify with the somebody feeling stuck, or I can identify with somebody not coming to meetings, or I can pinpoint some things happening, giving you the ability to diagnose what's happening inside a board is going to be really um, crucial for you if you're watching this to be able to identify those problems and find solutions. And I'm here to offer up solutions, and that's like my goal here, right? Cette semaine a servi à ancrer mes connaissances, sûrement. We're not going into uh, major topics this week. We weren't going into big topics, and things will get critical and will get more not critical, more specific as we move along. But also, you're going to start to understand and learn the new framework that I've developed, and I'm going to be practicing it and putting it into practice as we go. And I want you all to understand it from that perspective too, because for us, we've literally had mind blowing moments this week about this. And I've got like this. Look, I'm not gonna. If you were pausing it, but like we've got charts and and flow charts and all of the diagrams. I'm so excited about it. If you've taken any of my governance 101 or trainings or sessions with me, you'll see me use a tool that I have shared with a lot of organizations. Now I will have my own, and I'm really, really excited because we're using it, and I hope that you feel this energy and this excitement that I have here. So yeah, are you celebrating any other wins today? I'm having my coffee. I feel that that's a win in itself. What else did I have in my notes here? I said, how can we show up as good board members by being selective? Yeah, that was the tool yesterday, right? The tool that I provided yesterday was being selective and knowing your value will make you a better board member and will make you join boards that represent what you're trying to do. And you'll feel more confident knowing, yeah, I'm really good at this, I'm really good at that, and this is why I'm here. Like I said yesterday, I don't want to be known as the numbers girl. I don't want to be known as the, person who's good with law, like, well, law. I Governance law, yes. But I have a very specific knowledge and baggage and expertise and journey that I can share when I'm on a board, and I want everybody to kind of base their abilities or their I want you to feel like you're on a board for for good reasons. And so that board fit finder that I shared yesterday, which is on my website now, we revamped the wake up call page, and we put all of the episodes this week with all of the tools that you can follow. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, I'm celebrating wins this week. Next week, what we're going to be talking about is teamwork makes the dream work. So I'm going to be presenting to you the board. I'm going to be presenting to you my team. So who's on my team? Who's out there? What are they doing and how have they been supporting me? Mondays is like Monday mindfulness and motivation. And so I wanted to talk about that, but I also, teamwork makes the dream work, is talk about how boards can work together, right? And how they can ensure that they are doing work together as a board. The next thing that we're going to talk about next week is board recruitment critical elements. So when we are recruiting on a board, I think that that is an element. I will hear a lot of people talk to me about that if I'm doing strategic planning sessions or I'm doing sessions with them on governance 101. It's how how do we go recruit? And how do we find these people without saying, hey, my uncle is really great at this, he should come, or my friend of a friend knows a lawyer, or, it works. It's a strategy. It's like boule de neige. It's like, the snowball effect. We're going to find people as a group here. It's not always the best strategy. There are very organizations that use various strategies, and we'll talk about that. But we'll talk about how we're recruiting and what we're doing about it after they're recruited as well to keep them. So that we'll talk about. Wednesday, we're doing Ask Me Anything. So prepare your questions. We're going to do Ask Me Anything. And then I'll talk about what board you should be on Thursday. And I have another free tool for you. So that's what we're going to be talking and discussing next week. I'm probably going to slip in a lot of this um, framework that I'm going to be using, because it talks a lot about recruitment and retention. It's really about that, and I want everybody to feel empowered so that they are doing that properly. So, are there any other questions that are on the chat today? If there aren't, if you are watching this on the rebroadcast, because that is possible as well, please leave comments, like, subscribe, leave comments, and share this. All right. There are things that we talked about yesterday or this week that are really important and really key for people who are feeling lost on their boards or not feeling engaged or they're disengaged or they need a boost. If you could please share that with them, and talk about the wake up calls so that we get more people, more engagement, but also more views on this, because it's important material. And this first week was introductory, and we'll get into more topics as we go. Um, and obviously, at LMD Solutions, we offer training, we offer courses, we offer retreats. So we're talking about building a whole retreat based on this, for board members, experienced board members who want to make their boards better. If you know CEOs, if you are a CEO or somebody in an executive direction position, and you're looking to make your board more effective and knowledgeable um, and use the tools that you've given yourself in a constructive way, because all boards have their own tools and sometimes they're not being utilized, and so we have to make sure that as an executive director, that your board is on track and using the tools that you've given yourself, because there's nothing more deflating than getting there and nobody's following the policies, nobody's aware of the policies or the reports, or they're not engaged in the process. You spend all this month preparing your board meeting because the board will be expecting things, and they don't read it, or they're not engaged, or they don't know what questions to ask, or they don't know why they're even sitting there. They look at you and just want you to feed them information. And so we want to make it a two-way street. We want them to understand why they're getting reports and understand what questions they should be asking you, and understand the context of it all and why they are monitoring this to get results. So all of that. We're going to talk about all of that this week or this month. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good Friday, and overthink things. It's fun. That's what we've been doing.